parts.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
This is the Morning Rush.
Touchdown, Hogs!
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023, Anheuser-Busch, Bush Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Brothers Roofing and Restoration, a licensed and insured local roofing contractor in Arkansas. Since his playing days for the Hogs, Brother Alexander has been on rooftops, many years as an adjuster, and in the past decade as a roofing contractor. He knows how to help you through the insurance process while replacing your roof using only the industry's best materials. And being a lifelong Arkansan, he'll be here to stand behind his workmanship and warranty. Call 479-353-3877 to arrange a time for Brother and his team to inspect your roof.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Attention business owners, are you overpaying for your website, dropping thousands up front and shelling out more than $95 a month? Stop the madness! With Modular Orange, you get a custom-built, fully managed website for just $95 a month. No hidden fees, no headaches. They write it, build it, launch it, update it, and secure it so you can focus on your business. Ditch the overpriced hassle and go simple. Visit modularorange.com today. That's modularorange.com.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Ted McAvoy in Van Buren.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
The paint store in Van Buren is still the place to go to when doing the job right really matters. Our unique line of Richards paint products was chosen by me to perform for you. This is Sue, and my 35 years of experience ensures you get the right paint and the right color. That's important to you and me. Thank you for your support. Come see what I'm talking about. 1414 Fayetteville Road, the paint store, Van Buren.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
All right, this is a thinker a little bit, so hear me out, Ty.
Not my specialty.
Colton Straight Back, just hear the words. What's more important this weekend? Winning 2 games and taking you from where you're at in the league to being closer to securing a number 2, 3, or 4 spot in this league. All right, you hear me? Winning a couple of games this weekend. What's more important? Winning a couple of games this weekend or just beating Texas' ass? What's more important? You want to win because you want to beat Texas, or are you more worried about winning because winning is important in the league standings? Can you even separate those two in your mind? Because I think a lot of people just want to win because it's the emotion of beating Texas. Played Texas in marble racing. I want to beat them. Is it about beating Texas this weekend, or is it about winning games in the SEC?
Jamie texting in on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline saying you have to get the series dub. It doesn't really matter how you do it or why you do it. I would say that the
Are you more worried about or more excited about beating Texas or about winning 2 games in league play?
I'd say winning 2 games in league play.
Really?
I still, again, I separate myself from when it comes to this because I didn't watch this team play Texas every year in the Southwest Conference. I hate Ole Miss baseball because I feel like they took our national championship back 3 years ago.
What do you think out there? Lewis Automotive Group hotline is open, 877-377-6963. A guy that I'm sure has an opinion on this is Eddie in Clarksville. Eddie, is it more important to beat Texas because it's Texas, or do you just need a couple of wins in SEC play no matter who you're playing?
Well, for me, sir, it's absolutely, it's a big, anytime you can beat Texas, that's the way to do it, baby. Let me say this. It's one of the most, as far as the rivalry goes, it's rich in tradition. And I'm glad, for one, Texas is in our league now, and that we get that rivalry. It's very important. We just beat them in basketball. I'd say let's, tonight, recapture some of our mojo. We've had a couple. You talk about the last 3 series. It just comes down, to the time we hit. We've had a play here and there not go our way. But tonight, we're going to get it right. And it's very important for this crowd to come rally, to come to serve Texas a big bowl of Woolpick Suey and Brian from Ozark. Let me say this. This team is still capable of doing some important things. And what's more important is to win in this series and keep this train rolling down the stretch and anchor down, without a doubt, a top 8 national seeding. And you're capable of doing that. And tonight, I can feel it in the air. It's just a matter, in the moment, when it matters most, and where I think we messed up the last couple of series, we lose a close game in game 1, either by an error, either we don't get the timely hit, or pitching. And tonight we're going to get it right. And what a better way to do it on a beautiful day in front of a nationally televised audience. In front, just showcasing what I already know, the best stadium in the country, the best baseball fan base in the country, and it's going to be on display tonight. And we're going to get off to game 1. And I got a message to our baseball hall train. Boys, don't leave your mojo in the dugout. Don't beat Texas.
Hey, appreciate the call as always. It's been a while.
Yeah,
haven't heard from you. Couple things. It would be nice to get the mojo back, not just because it's Texas, but it's the number 1 team in the country. You're the only baseball game in the SEC on tonight, and you got the 2 premier broadcasters from ESPN coming in, and Carl Ravage and Kyle Peterson, who's like the Jay Billis and Kurt Herbstreit of college baseball. So there's going to be a lot of eyes on you. And why not take advantage of that?
Jamie May on the said we need to win the series regardless, but Texas and playing them makes it much more important. AJ from Texarkana said both, Tommy, need wins, but also beating number 1 Texas. Gavin says winning 2 games is definitely more important. Chandler in Van Buren says I'm 100% dialed in and definitely think it's more important to win 2 of 3. Whatever your thoughts are, Lewis Automotive Group hotline is open, 877-377-6963.
Here is Dave Van Horn's thoughts on this Texas ball club?
They've won a lot of close games, and they've done a great job. They pitched extremely well in league play. I mean, their team ERA in league is really good. And overall, I mean, it's just over 3, I think. So baseballs, and they're a little firmer than they've been in the past, it seems like, and the bats are good. And, you know, they just done a tremendous job of finishing games, and they've got a freshman closer, a lefty, it's like 6'6", that's been really good.
They've had a lot of come from behind wins so far this season. Robert's in Fort Smith. He wants to chime in on this question. Robert, go ahead, man. You're on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline.
I just say, hey guys, real quick, I'd like to just see us win the series, but overall, I don't think, unless you're Clay Henry age or Frank Broyles and Darryl Royal stuff, you don't really care about this rivalry because it's gone. It's been gone. I mean, Tommy, I feel like that, and Ty, you got in on the back end of the LSU stuff, I think, you know, and I felt like LSU was a rival, but we really haven't even played Texas that much anymore.
In baseball, I think here's the thing about it, Robert, and I noticed it when I was on campus at the U of A. You've got, obviously, I want to say it's like 60% Texas kids. Maybe that number's too high. But you got a lot of Texas kids, whether they played sports or they're just normal college kids, that don't like the University of Texas because they couldn't get in, or they're friends, or they're arrogant. It's like, you would be surprised that this younger generation, while they haven't experienced the great rivalry that it's been for half a century, they hate Texas too. It's just a matter of playing these guys again. When we saw it in basketball when they swept them, Arkansas had a chance to win that game in Donald W. this year and unfortunately came up short. And now you got a baseball series with the number 1 team in the country.
You just want to set the tone.
Yeah.
Robert, we want to set the tone tonight for how it's going to be in this league. I know they're number 1, but they're trying to set the tone. We want to interrupt that.
And will it ever be what it was with Frank Broyles and Darrell K. Royer on the other sideline? No. I mean, you just can't have that. Those were 2 of the premier coaches in college football. That'll never happen again. But I would not underestimate the disdain and hatred that the generation that I reside in, the one behind me, has towards Texas.
And Robert, if we're going to start hating them again, what better way than tonight?
Perfect start.
Just start beating them.
No, that is true, because then you got to start a rivalry in games that mean something.
Mm-hmm.
Because those football games, they really don't mean like we did with LSU in our middle-aged years.
Mm-hmm.
There was a reason, because the winner goes to a big bowl, loser goes to a cruddy bowl.
That's a good point, Robert.
All right, guys.
Thank you, Robert.
Appreciate the call. And the good thing is, as long as Dave Van Horn is on this campus as your baseball coach, this game will be a game of consequence. Texas has always been a premier program in baseball. They're number 1 in the country right now. Schlossnagle's done a really good job in year 1. There's not really a debate that this isn't going to be a game of consequence. Basketball-wise, as long as Cal's here, you'll at least be on the side of consequence. We'll see if Texas gets it out with Sean Miller. And then football-wise, you've got to improve your program to make it a game of consequence in that situation.
All right, that's your Morning Rush Daily Question, and it's brought to you by our buddies over at Cart Path Social.
Christian, Nate, 2 Rogers guys, I know they hate Texas. They love golf, though. I know that, again, it's been raining a lot lately, but you don't want to lose your edge. You don't want to lose out on your golf game. Well, you can go to Cart Path Social even when the rain is coming down all over Arkansas. You can play golf, keep your handicap, keep playing 18, and keep the consistency going at Cart Path Social. Stop by and see him, 122 Grant Place in Lowell. Cart Path Social, it's always BYOB.
Bless you.
At Cart Path Social.
That's a cough button, but today it's a sneeze button.
Yeah, geez Louise.
Glad you used.
Yeah, for once.
Bring that Lysol in from the other room.
It's best you got it. I didn't close up. I apologize for that in that situation. This was recently.
No one tell Matt Jones you just sneezed all over that microphone.
I sneezed on no, I didn't. Sorry. There's Lysol here. We'll get it. Arkansas has played Texas fewer times in baseball than they have in basketball and football, I guess. But one of the recent games, Heston Kjerstad was a part of the squad. He's a part of the Orioles organization now. And there was a little scuffle last night between him and some Yankees.
Kjerstad does steal second. So Heston picks up his first steal of the year. And now a little dust up at second base. Carrasco's out there with Peraza and Volpe. Jorge Mateo getting in the mix. And the bench is well empty. Here comes the Oriole bullpen sprinting in, led by Ciano Perez.
So from that vantage point, it looked like as the catcher for the Yankees, I don't know who it was, made the throw, their second baseman or shortstop. My head's like
I didn't see it.
Fumbled or whatever because I just sneezed and I feel like my snot went up to my brain. But he kicks his leg out and looked like he tried to drill Heston in the face. So Heston took issue with that, and then the bench is cleared. And you had a good old. It wasn't.
Well, you coming in with spikes up will heat things up. You know, when you come in with them feet up and you're trying to hurt somebody, that'll. In the big leagues, that will get people on the top step of the dugout in a hurry.
It was just Heston is a guy that I would not want to trifle with or mess with, being he's like 6'3", 6'4". He looks as jacked as he did as a true freshman than he does as a major.
Those other guys aren't afraid either.
No, that's true in that situation. But good old baseball, rattling the cages, involving a former racetrack.
Do they still wear? I mean, you still see some of them, but the old metal spikes. Not sure how. I mean, with so much turf and stuff out there. I don't think we see it in college as much, but you come in hot like that, feet up, that'll get someone's attention. So they've tried to kind of get some of that out of the game. Just about golf a minute ago. Don't forget you can hit the greens for a meaningful cause at the Mercy Fort Smith's Birdies for Babies. It's coming up pretty soon, May the 12th. It's going to be at Hardscrabble Country Club. And all this rain and grass starting to grow. It's in great shape right now. It's a 4-person scramble. They have morning and afternoon tee times, and all the proceeds benefit the Maternal Child Services and the Level 3A NICU that's in their Fort Smith Hospital. So help keep families close to home in their greatest moments of need and enjoy a great day of golf while providing essential care for moms and babies right here in our own community. Sign up today at mercyhealthfoundation.net/Birdie for Babies. That's FORE. Birdies for Babies, or call 479-314-1133. That's mercyhealthfoundation.net/Birdies for Babies, or 479-314-1133 to get your team in for Mercy's Birdies for Babies, May 12th at Hardscrabble.
You know what's really annoying is when you get put on an email list that you weren't originally subscribed to, and then it's virtually impossible to unsubscribe like I am with Frontier. I've tried so many ways to get off their email list because I think I flew Frontier one time and I can't seem to get off it. So if you have some advice for me in this situation, please call or text us at 877-377-6963 on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, where our buddy Tom Murphy will join us as we kick off hour number 2. The day of Arkansas and Texas back as conference opponents for the first time since '91.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Designed by Jason Christie, the Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait doesn't just bring the fight, it dominates. Choose from 3 blade options: Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't talk about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma blade is your secret weapon for pressured waters. Precision engineering, tournament proven, and one mission: dominate. Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait, here for one thing.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700. This is The Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
Hey, Ty Richardson back at my favorite place, Papa's Pub and Pizzeria in downtown Fort Smith here with Brooklyn, one of the new gals. Y'all have got a great special on Monday, Brooklyn.
Yes, we have our $3 domestic drafts, our Bud Lights, Miller Lights, Coors Light, Yingling, Shinerbach, Michelob Ultra, some super cold mugs, and 10 wings for $8.95.
Come on by and see us at 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith. Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, the best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
I'm ignorant when it comes to a lot of topics. Thankfully, I listened to my friend's advice on the housing market and called Jeff Marks at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. Jeff made the process smoother than Mama's gravy.
Ty, you got to throw in some homemade biscuits with that gravy and a great local real estate professional to guide you down the right path. One of the keys is knowing what to do and certainly what not to do.
You communicated and were transparent throughout the process.
Ty, like you, anyone can call me, Jeff Marks, at 479-414-1193. For your big decisions, I have simple solutions.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, occasional showers and thunderstorms capable of producing some heavier downpours today. A high this afternoon will be in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Showers and storms with heavy downpours at times tonight could see a couple of inches of rain, especially across the south. Overnight low in the lower 60s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Colorworks. Whether it's the weather or just life, call Andy at Colorworks Paint and Body for all your auto body repairs. Big or small, old or new, they are the choice for
You're
auto
listening
body
to
repair.
the Morning Rush, live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, please drink responsibly.
You know, as far as baseball, you know, I have a lot of memories as a player down there, getting a big hit and helping us win the Friday game and playing them in our tournament up here when we first got lights. We won the Southwest Conference tournament up here, and I think we might have beat them. And back then it was a small Southwest Conference, and, you know, if you wanted to win it, you had to beat usually Texas or Texas A&M to do it.
Here's the first battle. As Clemens strikes out, and a 1-2-3 inning for Blaine Knight.
I was here as a player and as a grad assistant when it was pretty hot and heavy. It was fun. It was just brought a little extra excitement.
Left field hit well. Hitler's going back. He's looking up. It's over the wall, and that double play that wasn't comes back to Collins, Texas.
I'm sure that our players that are on the team now will kind of get a feel for what's up when the games start and when they see how our fans probably react to having the Longhorns in town again.
But right here, that's a big-time push by Kirsten.
Live from the Busch Light Studios, this is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
So I remember leading up to that Arkansas-Texas game in 2018, Blaine Knight gets asked about Roger Clemens' kid, who is having one of the best regular seasons of any college baseball player. He just simply stated, go right at him. That's what they did. Ended up winning the game. Arkansas's got to go right at this team tonight. Number one team in the country. Hopefully get some hits early. It is nice to play the Texas Longhorns in all things sports again now as conference opponents. It is hour number 2 of the Morning Rush. Tom Murphy set to join us in just a sec. Are you ready for some headlines, Tommy?
Let's do it.
This from the New York Post. Jordan Hudson, 23 years old, amassed an $8 million real estate portfolio within months of meeting Bill Belichick. Now 24, she has bought homes across the Boston area in December 2023 for about $7.5 million. She dropped $610,000 on a cottage in the scenic Cape Cod of the town of Harwich. And this was first reported by DailyMail.com that her real estate portfolio has expanded exponentially since meeting the
And by
Super Bowl.
expanded, meaning she owns a property now. Sounds like two.
A handful of properties now.
But, does that mean that she, were those financed? Did they pay cash outright? Is there a mortgage on them? There's so many more questions on that. Everybody's trying to get to the bottom. Everybody thinks there's a smoking gun. That there's a pretty woman situation going on here at the bottom of all this.
He said it. He finally said it.
But no one has the proof yet,
My question is, did they actually meet on that plane?
They met on an airplane. I don't know why everybody doesn't believe that. Wink, wink. I mean, why are you so skeptical about a young, very attractive 23-year-old at the time?
I think what
she's 24.
Well, 24 now. I mean, much older woman now, being attracted to a man of success in his early 70s. I mean, why are you so skeptical about why someone with a 50-year age gap might, not find all the charming personality of one Bill Belichick to be more than she could resist?
I haven't seen Pretty Women in a while. Everything you just said, it went out the window after you said Pretty Women because I want to go watch the Julia Roberts movie now.
All right, Tom, in just a second, brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group. They're the number one source for top quality aggregates, asphalt, and ready-mix concrete. Whether you're working on a small residential project or a large-scale commercial job, APAC has you covered. And they don't turn away small jobs or big jobs, whether it's a driveway or a sidewalk you're pouring at the house, or many yards of concrete that you need for a large commercial foundation or the footings. They can do all of that for you and help keep your job on track. 479-587-3300 for all your rock, asphalt, and ready-mix needs. That's APAC and Standard Materials Group. 479-587-3300.
I don't think it matters who we play to the team. I just want to play well and find a way to win a couple games, win the series. Obviously, you'd like to win them all. You got to win the first one first tomorrow. So, yeah, it was good being around the guys yesterday. The mood was good. Everybody's upbeat. We know how hard it is, and we know how close we were, and we just didn't take care of some things and just fighting to get back on track a little bit. And what I mean by that is just be more consistent game to game.
There's Dave Van Horn on this series tonight as we welcome in our friend Tom Murphy, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Tom, just got the initial report from the SEC office last night. Gabe Frazier, Logan Maxwell, Michael Anderson are questionable. Wiggins is out. We know that Susan Coyle are out. Just kind of, what kind of impact do you think some of these injured players have on this series tonight? And what kind of team are you expecting Arkansas to come out with later on tonight in Baum-Walker Stadium?
Well, good morning, y'all. Always a pleasure. I just feel like they kind of know where they are, and I think they're going to feed from the energy they're going to sense in the stands tonight with Texas in town. it's a big deal. And ESPN2's here, so Carl Ravitch and Peterson,
Kyle Peterson,
Kyle Peterson, yeah. So they're going to feed off of that, and the injury situation with Frazier at second base, then now you're down to a third option at that position. So, and Frazier's provided some clutch hits. I know he's only hitting about 255, but he's had some clutch hits for him. So that one hurts a little. And then obviously Logan Maxwell, it didn't sound like he would play tonight, and his hammy's acting up. And so that puts Kendall Diggs maybe back in right field. And, he's not had the type of year he wanted, but
he
this
struggled.
is a major opportunity to kind of etch your name, have a huge hit. I mean, he was Mr. Clutch. I think it was either with the bases loaded. He had a bunch of walk-offs earlier in his career. So this is how you put your name in legend.
Yeah, he's an interesting study because, batting below 200 here recently and getting a chance in the lineup. And, it seems like he's had some misfortune when he's had the bat in his hand, just some atom balls and things that just didn't, improve his average. But, Arkansas had a lot of, for the year, people described Arkansas with no holes in the lineup. And when he's in there's definitely a hole in the bottom of that lineup.
Well, yeah, he's not hitting 200. And at the ULR game the other day, I think they might have had bases loaded, and the third baseman made a fantastic over-the-shoulder catch right on the side, right at the stands. A great catch.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's been some of that. But, yeah, Kendall, if he gets the chance, I mean, this is how you can put your name in legend. And Texas has a great pitching staff. They don't score a bunch of runs like some of the top teams in the SEC, but they have several guys who are really good hitters. So I think it's going to be a fantastic series. If LSU and Texas A&M kind of split up their series and Texas sweeps Arkansas, they will clinch with 2 weekends left to play. I mean, they're in position to clinch with 2 weekends left, which is amazing to even think about. So, as Dave Van Horn said, need to win tonight and then take things from there. They just need to get a little bit more depth out of Zach Root tonight, and hopefully, I'm sure they've got a really nice setup. If they can get him 4 or 5 innings and maybe go to Jimenez if they have a lead, maybe they can take game one.
Tom Murphy with us, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Tom, maybe you could unpack the dichotomy a little bit between Arkansas and Texas with Dave Van Horn being involved back then and now being involved as a coach. There are a lot of these players, not 90-something% of them on this roster, haven't played Texas. You think he's going to be able to really get to and convey to his guys how important this means to the fan base heading into tonight?
I think what he's presented to them is this. We've got 9 games left, all against teams ranked 1, 2, and 6. And we're going to be at home, and when you get out there, you're going to get the sense from the fans what they think of Texas. So don't let that affect your play. Take your approach to the plate. Let's be sound defensively, and let's go win tonight. And I don't know how into detail he'll go about, he had a big hit against Texas back in 80, whatever year it was, 81, 82. He had a big hit against Texas, what the rivalry means. Since I've been covering it, Arkansas was already out of the league, and they handled them 2 games here. I mean, Kobe Clemens, Roger's son, was on the team, and they handled that team. And then they went down to Texas, I think, the following year and won game 1 in huge fashion. I remember Christian Franklin had a big home run, and Texas won a tight game 2. But that's the only win I've seen Texas get over Arkansas in person. And then you had the 2018 College World Series game, where they just spanked them, and they had the long rain delay, and that was the theme of that World Series, by the way, and handled them. So I think the stat is 2-7 in their last 9. Doesn't mean anything tonight, and Jim Schlossnagle is a fantastic coach. What a turnaround in 1 year, but it just makes for a great series, and I think more drama if Arkansas can win game 1 and put a little more pressure on the Longhorns.
Yeah. One of the differences this year from a coaching standpoint, Bobby Wernis is in the third base box, and Nate Thompson's in the dugout where he can talk with batters in between at bats and when they're in there. Do you think that's anything noticeable about that new arrangement for Arkansas? Anything with Thompson in the dugout that you've maybe picked up on watching or being at the games, and with Wernis making the decisions in the third base box?
Right. Well, that's a great question. I don't know if I can equate any particular thing. We do know that Arkansas is hitting a lot better. Now, look, some of the batters they've imported, Kahil Aloy and Charles Davalon and Logan Maxwell, and Brent Iredale, to be precise, have helped the team batting average, which is around 320, and substantially better. And Dave Van Horn made the comment that he heard from a lot of fans about Nate and, the team batting average in recent years. But when they got off to this torrid start, he's like, and we're keeping Nate around. Dave just lays it all out there. And credit to him in his video interview yesterday, he just talks about whatever aspect of the team, and that's why we like covering him. But they're hitting better, and now I think the book is out on some of the new guys, and the batting averages haven't been as strong in the last couple of weeks since the Georgia series or so, but they know they can do it, and they just have to have the right approach when they go to the plate. And as far as waving runners and their skill at that, I wouldn't know a great difference between how Bobby handles things and how Nate did at third.
Yeah. We asked the audience earlier, is it more important to beat Texas this weekend or just more important to win 2 out of 3? And I know it could be the same thing, but how much of this is just maybe with some of the older heads like us that, hey, I just want to beat Texas. It doesn't matter what sport, what it is. Beating Texas is what matters. But I think the younger, more logical fan may see it as, hey, we're trying to hang in this conference race and be a national seed. Winning 2 is important for that reason. What do you think the overarching emotion is with the fans that will be there tonight at Baum Walker?
I think with the fans there tonight, it's more going to beat Texas. But you're right. It is the same thing. If you beat Texas twice, then you're going to appease the younger kids who might not know as much about the series. But there is no doubt a definite, huge segment of fans who beating Texas is still a big thing. I mean, I was going to high school here in the state when, they were still in conference when they won that game that Dave Van Horn referenced, the route 42-11 game, or whatever the score was, when they took the goalpost to Dixon. That was huge. I mean, it was an unranked Arkansas team. So it's fun to have an arch rival, and given the state of college athletics since Arkansas got out of the SEC or went into the SEC in '92, so much has changed. And we've had the debate many times, or the discussion, who's Arkansas's biggest rivalry? Was it LSU? Is it now Missouri? Who is it? Well, we know who it was back in the day, and those fans are going to be there in force tonight.
So one of your friends, Tom Kirk Bowles, who now writes for the Houston Chronicle, he released that report that Texas is spending anywhere between $35 to $40 million on their roster. Arkansas is not going to get to that, but with revenue sharing, what kind of expectation do you think Arkansas is going to be spending on a roster in football this next season, or maybe the season after that?
Right. Well, and that's a phenomenal number, by the way. I mean, just mind-blowing a little bit, but no, Arkansas can't get up there. But I do believe that mid-20s is reasonable, and when you factor in revenue sharing plus make some additional NIL just to secure some guys, maybe you go up into the high 20s. I have not had that discussion with Hunter Yurchek or the Arkansas Edge folks, but to think that Texas is up there, you're going beyond the revenue sharing piece by a pretty big number. So, I mean, they had a great football team this year. Arkansas played them a good game. They played a lot of that 3 deep, and I think about one of the interceptions that Jahdae Barron picked. That was right off Tyrone Broden's hands. Yeah. I mean, it should have been a catch and a conversion down the field in Texas territory, and it winds up an interception. So they played them really close, 20-10. I think they got within 13-10 in the fourth quarter. So a manageable game. Obviously, the game in Austin will be a different set of factors going into it this year. But Arkansas, so many things have to go right for them to have a shot to be average in the SEC this year. And roster spending is one of those facets.
Tom, we'll leave it there, brother. Hopefully a good series in Baum Walker this weekend. We'll chat about it on Tuesday.
Looking forward to it. Have a great weekend, y'all.
All right, 6 o'clock tonight, 7 Friday, 2 o'clock Saturday, I believe, are the game times. So about the time the game is over on Saturday, will be post time for the Kentucky Derby. Going to be at the baseball game or not going to be able to be at Oaklawn. Get the Oaklawn Anywhere app. And just because live racing will be over this weekend at Oaklawn doesn't mean that the action stops with the Oaklawn Anywhere app. We'll have simulcast racing from around the country all the time, and you can download it now in the Apple app or the Google Play Store for Android users. You can go to bet.oaklawn.com or and save that to your home screen. New members can earn up to $150 in sign-up bonuses. So do that now. Use the promo code RUSH25 when you sign up. And this weekend is the final weekend of live racing at Oaklawn. Post times begin at 12:30 today. They'll be at noon on Friday and Saturday. And Saturday will be the final day of racing this weekend at Oaklawn for the Kentucky Derby. And the final days, they'll even have the Trails In race, which is always a lot of fun. 1 3/4 to wrap things up for another live meet at Oaklawn. Get the Oaklawn Anywhere app. Use the promo code RUSH25 for your $150 sign-up bonus.
Got this text from Robert in Bull Shoals here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline saying, Texas has always been the measuring stick. Beat Texas. You think about the Texas football program and what Darrell K. Royal and others established. Mac Brown won a national championship. Sark got them to the SEC championship and the college football playoff in year one. You think about the basketball program. Not as maybe heralded as baseball and football, but Penders, Lemons. You've got a new coach now in Miller. Baseball-wise, there's a lot of history there. You ask any former Razorback. By the way, they're honoring the 1985 team prior to tonight's game, so you get a chance to see one of the best teams in Arkansas history. Finished in third place that year. That's the measuring stick. I think what's important when it comes to this discussion is like Northwest Arkansas has changed how we view ourselves. And not just Northwest Arkansas. There's other pockets and stuff up in our state. But like you can always view yourself as an underdog as an Arkansas fan. We thrive. We flourish in that capacity more than we do as the top dog or the hunted, if you will. But like I don't feel like Arkansas fans feel themselves as just like this, I don't know, as they did 50 years ago as a state, right? Am I off on that?
No, it's just the frequency in which you played, and Tom talked about, I think it depends on what generation you came from. I'm right there. I'm a tweener. You know, I saw enough as a kid, and, you know, I was in high school when Arkansas left the Southwest Conference and joined the SEC, and LSU developed years later as a real rivalry in football and has been in baseball for a while. So I think it just, you know, depends on your age, how you view Texas. But it's interesting because my 15-year-old son, we're going to the game tomorrow night because he wants, anytime Arkansas is playing Texas in anything, he wants to go. And we've been doing that for several years now. He just loves the idea of beating Texas.
You don't have like style.
You know, like I said, that's been 12, 13, 14, now 15 years old.
Style comes back around. Like you'll see these trends, these
bell bottoms.
Yeah,
always make their way back around.
Make a comeback.
Colors.
Again, the number of times you play Texas over the years in all these different sports.
Shag carpet.
Shit, will that never?
I don't know that'll ever make it back.
This rivalry again. I don't know if it'll reach its zenith as it did back in the 90s. You can pick out the point where you felt like it was I say 90s. I'm sorry, the 1900s. But I mean,
that narrows it down.
Yeah. Well, some would say in the 60s and in football.
The 60s and 70s were the zenith of the football.
Yeah, the football one. So will it reach that? No, but there's still a lot of young men and young women in this state that have been bred by their grandfathers, their dads, their moms, whoever, that is the school that you cheer against the most. Yeah. And now you actually get to get involved in this rivalry once again.
Hey, we'll talk to the anglers out there. When it comes to crappie fishing, there's only one baby shad, and that's the original baby shad made by Pradco. It's the Bobby Garland baby shad. Crappie fishing is the number one selling bait of all time, and a sleek back with a streamlined belly and a quivering tail means this bait won't stop moving. No matter the temps, no matter the conditions, it's built for dead sticking and action-based techniques. Find the Bobby Garland baby shad. Put that in your tackle box. You'll find it at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, and LureNet.com and start filling up freezers with the Bobby Garland crappie baits, the leader in crappie fishing innovation.
So here's the question you have to ask yourself and think about, mull on it for the next 40 minutes or so. Are they going to turn it around this weekend? Like we've heard from Dave Van Horn on what the significance of this rivalry to him. I don't have to tell you how significant this is to you as a fan. Does this baseball team, after going on a 3-game losing streak for the first time in nearly a decade, 3 series, not 3 games, do they figure out a way to beat the number 1 team in college baseball? That's what, won 8 straight, 9 straight? Maybe it was double digits. I thought it was 8 or 9. But do they figure it out this weekend? Can they all of a sudden come together as a squad, catch fire at the right time, and beat the number 1 team in college baseball? We'll get into that more. Your SEC update is coming up as well. Looking at some of the other games this weekend, plus a former LSU coach that I'm kind of starting to like a little bit. All that's next.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
I'm just praying for the Lord to deliver me from pick sixes. That's not me.
This is the Morning Rush.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is the Morning Rush.
Touchdown, Razorbacks!
I'm ignorant when it comes to a lot of topics. Thankfully, I listened to my friend's advice on the housing market and called Jeff Marks at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. Jeff made the process smoother than Mama's gravy.
Ty, you got to throw in some homemade biscuits with that gravy and a great local real estate professional to guide you down the right path. One of the keys is knowing what to do and certainly what not to do.
You communicated and were transparent throughout the process.
Ty, like you, anyone can call me, Jeff Marks, at 479-414-1193. For your big decisions, I have simple solutions.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging, your Xerox authorized dealer in the River Valley. Xerox is more than just a brand, it's your ultimate business partner. Whether you need high-speed printers, powerful copiers, or seamless cloud solutions, Xerox has the tools to keep your business running smoothly and efficiently. And right now, for a limited time, we're offering a free Xerox color printer with the lease or purchase of many Xerox models. To learn more, call us at 783-6600 or visit us at dixiedigital.com. Dixie Digital Imaging, your partner in business success.
You looking to revamp your closet? Tired of wearing the same old stuff? Hey, Ty Richardson for Roback, one of our new partners here at ESPN Arkansas. Hoodies, joggers, polos, you name it, they have it. Thankfully, Roback is licensed by the University of Arkansas, so you can add to your Razorback collection. Here's the best part. Because you're an ESPN Arkansas listener, you're going to get 20% off your
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Sandy White Perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sacalin.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Taco Bell brought back crispy chicken nuggets, and I can't believe how good they are.
Why can't you believe it?
Because you're Taco Bell. Taco Bell.
Yeah, but a taco place can do nuggets, right?
Yeah, the Hidden Valley Fire Ranch is awesome.
Okay, they're good, but we're not a chicken place.
When did you guys become a chicken place?
Chicken? Can't a taco place do good nuggets? Are we not allowed to do both?
What do you mean?
You think it's cool to do both, right? Why are you looking at me like that?
Are they okay?
I don't think so.
We're totally a taco place that's a chicken place that's also a taco place.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Take that all day.
I need to sit though.
Finally make a putt.
What though? Tap in pars.
Golf is back. Shop polos, hoodies, and Q-zips at Rhoback.com.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. Baseball season is in full swing, and we're into the home stretch for NBA and NHL playoffs. BetOnline has more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news, and scores, even live in-game betting while the games are being played. With the largest selection of odds on everything from the MLB, NHL, and UFC, BetOnline remains the number one.
Dreams come to die. This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
He's going to get another MRI today just to double check everything. The first one, came back positive, but, so now we're going to have another one done today that, includes a little more thorough look, I think, with dye and whatever they call it. So that's all I have for you. Yeah, that means it's not torn as of now. It might be today when we do the dye test. Doesn't mean that he's going to pitch again this year, even if it's not. I mean, it just means if there's a strain, then you let it heal, you rehab, and pitch when he's ready. If there's a nerve issue or something jumped out, you just deal with it. So we don't know anything yet. We just know the first MRI came in positive. It didn't show a tear.
That was Dave Van Horn talking about Carson Wiggins and the possibility of him. He is, again, listed as out tonight on the SEC report, so you're not going to see him at least this weekend or tonight it looks like, but that is something to just keep an eye on his health status. Also gave a one on Hunter Dietz as well.
We threw him yesterday live. He threw good, so it was good to see. Best he's thrown since he's been hurt, so he's definitely available. But then again, he hadn't pitched in a real game and who knows how long. So if we get him in there, obviously we hope it goes good. If it doesn't, at least he gets the experience and hopefully he'll be better next week and then the week after, and then he'll be ready to go.
His dad's, did you see the post on social media that his dad shared? Colton, did you see that? Kind of give us, since you've seen
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
He had worked his way back from injury and then getting ready this past weekend when they were at home against UALR UALR this past weekend or so. He was getting ready and got in the bullpen, and one of those exercise bands that they use to stretch out their arms snapped back and popped him in the eye. He had to get some stitches. So, yeah, freak accident, kind of a setback for him, but he's a great pitcher. So having him back is going to be big for the Razorback pitching staff.
That would hurt.
That's what I was thinking.
That would hurt.
Yeah, that's that is rough in that situation. Again, reminder: Arkansas only game tonight against the Texas Longhorns in the Southeastern Conference, which is kind of cool. Tomorrow and the rest of the weekend, you'll have matchups with Auburn and Tennessee, big series in Knoxville, Georgia against Missouri. We'll see if Missouri finally gets that SEC because they still haven't won yet, right? They're still over. Yeah, that's what I thought.
21.
LSU against Texas A&M. Alabama against Vanderbilt, Kentucky against State, Ole Miss against Oklahoma, and Florida against South Carolina. Kind of what's going on. Outside of baseball news this weekend, I'm not gonna lie. Former LSU coach Will Wade, didn't like him, but kind of adapted to McNeese and the NC State. Here was him talking to season ticket holders in Raleigh, North Carolina, about the Wolfpack this upcoming year.
Teddy, hey, this is Will Wade from NC State men's basketball. How are you?
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Yo.
It's Will Wade.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I'm calling you on the season ticket list. We got to get you to renew your season tickets on the lower sideline, man.
Nah, man.
Well, I'm serious.
Think Cal does this?
No. No, I don't think he does at all.
When I'm watching that video,
if he does, it would be an AI-generated voice.
Yeah, it wouldn't actually be you just see this picture of John Calipari and everything else. I talked to one of my friends that covered him at McNeese that was in Lake Travis this past year. Said it's his favorite coach he's ever covered. We have a mutual friend, Clement, that played golf the one time. I hated him when he was at LSU. He's kind of grown on me a little bit. It's kind of like Kiffin. I hated Kiffin. He's grown on me a little bit.
He must be a little bit bro. Is he a bro coach?
I don't know. He one time I asked him at the SEC tournament because they really
He drink White Claws.
I don't know. I've never seen him drink White Claws. I just kind of like him a little more than I used to. Guess
he definitely drinks White Claws in
that setup and scenario. So I haven't had a White Claw in a while. Need to get back on that. It's summer. It's almost here, baby. We got a lot of
what do y'all say? Claws out?
No
laws.
Yeah, ain't no laws when you're drinking claws.
Yeah.
You
do you
didn't
have a
know
T-shirt?
that?
Do you have a T-shirt that says that?
Why don't you give me?
No, I don't have anyone around me that drinks White Claws.
Why don't you
Well,
monogram?
their wives do, but
why don't you monogram one for me and I'll wear it?
What's your favorite flavor of Claw, Ty?
I'm a grapefruit man. New drink is it's grapefruit tequila because tequila is the healthier drinks, and I'm trying to get back in shape after Tommy called me fat.
High noons. Need some high noons.
High noons are good too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. All right, that's your SEC updates brought to you by the Fence Man. 782-3936 is their number. The Fence Man builds quality security fencing. 6 foot, 8 foot, 10 foot, whatever your need is, residential or commercial. Here's what you need to do. If you're wanting to secure something at work, or maybe you want to make sure your backyard's secure, just in today's times, we all have those fears and those concerns. 782-3936. Sean or a member of his team will be out. And they'll measure, they'll look. They've got the expertise and the experience to build fences that other people simply can't. Custom work doesn't scare them at all. So if you're wanting something a little bit different or something that maybe is trimmed out a little different, has a different look, they can help you with that. 782-3936, the Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
So the Razorback Roadshow is happening in about a week and a half. There's 8 different cities. You have lunch and dinner and whatnot. Bentonville, Searcy, Stuttgart, Hot Springs, Batesville, Memphis, Little Rock, and Conway is the setup for this and everything else. If you had to pick, and don't say Fort Smith or Fayetteville, if you had to pick like one, I don't know if I want to call it an obscure town, but like a smaller town that you've been through reffing, you've been through just vacation, fishing, whatever, that you were like, I don't know if I've met a greater Razorback contingency in a smaller faction of people than this town. What would you say?
Well, I mean, that's hard to say. I mean, just to say, hey, they love the Razorbacks more than someone else. I don't know. I know that people have gotten excited when they've stopped in places like Marshall, Arkansas, where they stopped in at the, it's not the Darriette there, but, that kind of, was it the Dairy Queen or whatever it's called in Marshall? That created a buzz around that town. So there's a lot of little hamlets, a lot of little cities in our states that love the Razorbacks, and if they let them, they're coming, I think they're going to show up in big numbers. I saw they're going to Searcy. I looked through that list yesterday. I did notice they want you to buy a ticket, and tickets were like $11 to $16 depending on the location. And it told you who was going to be there. The one in Hot Springs it's going to be at Oaklawn. It's going to be Coach Sam Pittman. He probably volunteered for that one.
The Oaklawn one, that's what I was
close to the lake house. One or two of them have John Calipari at it. The new women's coach, is it Music?
Kelsey Music.
Kelsey Music. She's going to be out in several spots. So Northwest Arkansas always has not had a spot. Bentonville is one this year. There's not one in Fort Smith. There's not one in Harrison. Is one in Hot Springs. So, and Hunter Yurchek's going to be out with the fans as well.
I was just surprised that you weren't emceeing these events. Z and Tara are doing it. I figured I'd see.
Well,
and
I'm not on the payroll. Those guys are.
The Morning Rush, Tommy Kraft will be emceeing.
But what they should do, if they want to publicize this, they should put you on the bus with them. We got the technology to broadcast live from the road show. They want people to pay attention and know and make this something. That's how you do it. We put Ty Richardson on the bus.
I require a very expensive talent fee to do something like that.
Well, when you get some talent, we'll pay a talent fee.
I've heard that once or twice before, just once or twice.
There's you an idea, Hunter. We'll put Ty on the bus. You can even put him underneath where the luggage is stored.
I won't even.
We got technology with air cards that he can broadcast live from the road show. As the Greyhound is, as the wheels on the bus go round and round.
Round
and round. Yeah.
Man, that's an idea. That's an idea. I won't phone in sick that day because today.
Oh no, it would be several days. You'd be out there.
I won't phone in sick any of those days.
All right.
Even though it's phone in sick day.
One place they should stop. I was seeing our friend Joey Clampett the other day at Clampett's Country Kitchen and Meat Market. I'm going to tell you, that'd be a great spot on their road tour. They're going to Hot Springs. They had a stop at Hot Springs Village. I had some apple habanero beef jerky. And it wasn't hot. It just had the perfect flavor. He's got like 30 varieties of beef jerky and beef sticks and just the flavoring. But, man, you walk in that store. I had a brisket plate for lunch with he had tons of sides, but sweet carrots and baked beans. And it was an awesome lunch. They do barbecue every day from 10 to 6, Monday through Saturday. Plate lunch 10 to 2 every day. And like I said, over 30 varieties of jerkies and 20 flavors of snack sticks. So if you're on a keto diet, they can help you with some keto candy, if you will, at Clampett's Country Kitchen and Meat Market. Plus, they have summer sausage, house-smoked deli meats and cheeses. It's all there in Hot Springs Village. Highway 7 North, Hot Springs Village. Go to ClampettsCountryKitchen.com. It's one of my favorite places. See Joey and his crew. Joey's he's always a fun conversation. So stop in to see him. They got a meat counter that runs forever in there. That's ClampettsCountryKitchen.com.
Jackie texting in saying Hardy loves the Hogs.
Yeah.
A lot of Northeast Arkansas doesn't get the same attention, same coverage as a lot of our
there's
states.
some that assume everybody up there is a Red Wolf fan. And you can be a fan of both. You can. It's okay.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. There's
If
no
you live in
crossover.
Jonesboro, it's okay to like A-State and Arkansas. Yeah. I don't know many that didn't go there that live other parts of the state, but I don't actively root against A-State.
I don't either. I know one of.
I mean, I will when they play, September, whatever the date that is, but at War Memorial. But yeah, and I'm not actively rooting against A-State.
I'm going through my mind right now. The A-State people outside of our buddy JT Finley at Shelter Insurance. I can't think of any one of my A-State friends that like Arkansas. Whether they play,
they've been indoctrinated to do that,
to hate Arkansas.
Yeah.
So is that?
And it's stupid.
And I know they put out that last week. Is that game going to be sellout? The final game in War Memorial Stadium with an Arkansas?
You're assuming
football?
it's the final game.
Don't put that in the ether. Don't.
You're
do that.
assuming that. Do you know something I don't?
Or okay. We talk about things that help and benefit the state of Arkansas versus, and we have to separate that from the Arkansas football program. I have still not found more pros than cons how keeping that game as a Little Rock resident for 18 years and someone that's been
till they threw him out
countless games in that stadium, in that incredible place for so many years.
Like 6, but countless.
No, what do you mean like 6? They used to have double and triple the games a year there. I'd go a lot. I don't know. I probably don't want to open up that.
I think it probably is over, but you never know what politics are going to get involved. So you never know. Hey, that's your SEC update and all that fun this morning. I want to tell you about Gaston's. Talk about a great place. That's another place the road show could stop at Gaston's. They could, in fact, the problem is they'd want to stop. They wouldn't want to leave at Gaston's White River Resort. Great restaurant that overlooks the White River. They'll have another full weekend of fresh seafood options, fresh fish that they fly in to have a great weekend, plus the roast prime rib that they do on Saturdays. They got a Thai cut, it's about 12 ounces. Then they got a Colton and Tommy cut that's about 16 or 18 ounces. And, for a man-size slice of prime rib, you can do that. Start the meal out with the John Boat salad bar that, has, I don't know how many options are on there, but it's a ton of different stuff. You can make a meal out of the salad bar there at Gaston's. You can call the same number I give you every day. There's an option there for restaurant reservations, or just talk to the staff at Gaston's, and they will get you over to the restaurant to make your reservations for breakfast, lunch, or dinner at Gaston's White River Resort. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
Brought to you by the Capital One Savor Card. With Savor, you earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining, entertainment, and at grocery stores. That's unlimited cash back on ordering takeout from home or unlimited cash back on tickets to concerts and games. So grab a bite, grab a seat, and earn unlimited 3% cash back with the Savor Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Hey, this is Landon Jackson, and you're listening to ESPN Arkansas.
Brothers Roofing and Restoration, a licensed and insured local roofing contractor in Arkansas. Since his playing days for the Hogs, Brother Alexander has been on rooftops, many years as an adjuster, and in the past decade as a roofing contractor. He knows how to help you through the insurance process while replacing your roof using only the industry's best materials. And being a lifelong Arkansan, he'll be here to stand behind his workmanship and warranty. Call 479-353-3877 to arrange a time for Brother and his team to inspect your roof.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
This is Dusty Waymeyer with Forge and Fire Waterworks. I've spent 17 years in the pool and fireplace industry, and I'd love the opportunity to get your pool ready for the summer. Mark and Dream of Chris will vouch for me. They're ready for barbecue and outdoor lounging already.
Forged and Fire Waterworks gets a 5-star rating from the Chris.
We clean your filters free at every startup and closing. The standard opening is just $200. 479-551-4262. Forged and Fire Waterworks, setting a new standard in the pool and fireplace business.
Mother's Day, show your love with something sweet, like the House of Webster's handcrafted fruit butters. And don't forget Cinco de Mayo. Spice things up with our bold, flavorful salsas made right here in Rogers, Arkansas. Whether you're shopping for mom or preparing for a Memorial Day picnic, the House of Webster has you covered. Check out our gift shop or visit us online at houseofwebster.com. It's not just the flavors that keep you coming back to the House of Webster, it's a tradition. See you soon.
Delicious jams and jellies. Exactly. Did you hear we're heading to Purple Dove Country Friday, May the 9th? We'll be doing the show live from the all-new Roadrunner Shell on Garland from 2 to 6 p.m. What's the Fuel Rewards members discount? I've heard about it, but never looked into the deals. The Fuel Rewards members get the best deal. Stop by today and sign up and save 10, 20, 30 cents off your first 3 fill-ups. And every fill-up after that, 10 cents off. See ya! Where are you going? I'm going to go sign up for the Fuel Rewards with Shell and finally get some cheap gas. Ruskin and Zach live from where Mr. Burger used to be, 1110 Garland Avenue, right in the heart of Fayette.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. You're listening to The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Everybody's talking at me.
Hey, I appreciate you guys. Take my call. Listen to you guys all the time on my drive. I'm going to have to lean towards Ty here.
I'm tired of the fans being fed a bunch of lies
of garbage. You know, you got this wonderful staff that you have. Great day to be a Razorback. You know, that's my hero. I want to be when I grow up. I appreciate what you guys do.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
Evidently, I've struck a nerve with the comments I just made. Got a text from Shannon on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline saying, "Sure, Ty, I graduated from A-State, live in Harrison. I support the Hogs and the Red Wolves, as does our co-worker, Lance Gregory, who I did not think about when having this. But I'm just telling you from my personal experience of people that I know that went to school or grew up Red Wolves fans, the ones that I know do not like Arkansas. That is not a statewide thing or anything. I'm just telling you that. We even got someone saying they went to Harding and they're a Razorback fan.
Yeah.
That's just because that you went to OBU, Harding, UCA, wherever else in the state. The whole Frank Broyles philosophy back in the day why he didn't want Arkansas playing in the in-state schools is because he didn't want people cheering against Arkansas inside the state. Now, things have changed since then, but I'm just telling you my own personal experience. That's why.
They'll tell you over in Craighead County that we were just afraid of them all those years. Listen,
find out.
Let's be honest. There were some years where their football team would have beat our football team.
Gus Malzahn, Blake Anderson years, Brian Harsin. Yeah, there's a couple, or at least would have been a game. We'll see if it's a game this fall. I mean, listen, I'm not going to say that whoever made this schedule deserves to be shot, but my goodness gracious, when you put in a team that's wanted to play you a century, you put in Memphis, who is one of the best group of 5 programs in college football. You finally got a cupcake in Alabama A&M, and I say finally, that starts your season. And you play the defending national runner-up. That's your non-conference games. In addition to going to Baton Rouge, Knoxville, Oxford, and Austin.
Yeah.
This year. Just poor planning. Playing a Missouri schedule. Playing an Ole Miss
schedule. The SEC just hates us, right?
No. It's Arkansas's fault. Yeah. I don't know if it's Jurecek's fault or someone under him's fault. And I say that some of these games were scheduled before he even got here. But I'd pay someone out to not have to play some of these games and schedule easier games than what they have to do this year. Yeah. But that's just a radio host, just saying what he thinks.
There's not much of a segue I can go with on that.
Depends on what the ad read you're about to go to is.
Well, just there's so much sarcasm on the T there that I'll just leave all of that alone. Hey, I want to tell you the NBA playoffs. I know your buddies are all in on the NBA playoffs right now. Everybody's getting through the first round and kind of getting through some of these games, but starting to heat up. Starting to heat up a little bit. You need that Oakland Sports app. They've got all the action, not only for basketball, but for the chase for the Stanley Cup. The hockey playoffs are underway. College baseball is on there as well, and then Major League Baseball. It's kind of the old daily agenda there. New customers can earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets right now with the Oakland Sports app. Don't have to do anything special. Each of your first 10 days, up to $100 a day for the first 10 days. If your first bet doesn't work out, you'll get a free second chance bet up to $100 courtesy of Oakland. Also ask about the 10% profit boost. They're new for new and existing customers on qualifying 3-leg parlays with at least plus 1,000 odds. It's all with the Oakland Sports app. Download it now. Easy to fund, easy to get your money back out. Arkansas's best sports betting app. Bet with a brand you trust. Bet with Oakland Sports.
Clock will tick. Minnesota is going to win this series and knock out the Lakers, the 3 seed, 4-1.
So, football-wise, there's teams to hate. Basketball, for me, it's the Lakers. Baseball, it's the Yankees. Professionally, I don't hate the Patriots. I respect the Patriots. I like to make fun of the Cowboys, but I don't hate the Cowboys, and I enjoy that Jerry Jones is a Razorback. I don't know if I have an NFL team and franchise that I hate. But LeBron James, Luka Doncic go out in Los Angeles last night to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now the question's getting asked, has he played his final game as an NBA player? He did what he accomplished what he wanted to. His son played. Mm-hmm. Is he done? Have we seen LeBron James, make sure you specify one of, the greatest players of all time, play his final NBA.
Will his son keep his roster spot if LeBron retires? What's his leverage then to keep his son in pro basketball?
That's fair. That's That's a valid point.
Colton's shaking his head.
You
Colton
guys,
can't
you
help
guys are
it.
clowning. You guys are clowning on this kid who has worked really hard to get to a point, and God bless him. He's had some injuries and some struggles to get there. Besides the LeBron's kid stuff, and no, he's not going to have a spot in the league. He's not good enough
So
yet.
LeBron has to play another year to keep him on a roster.
Absolutely, sure. That's the joke that you want to go
That's
with.
not a
But
joke, man.
He's on an NBA G League roster because he deserved to be there, and he has good stats in the G League. So all that stuff aside, he's not going to retire because he's still chasing more, because he still wants to go out on top. He's chasing that ghost. That Michael Jordan ghost.
Here's the situation. Not that fathers haven't called in favors before for their sons. We've talked
work.
about that.
How'd that work out?
Yeah. Listen, I'll give credit to my father who paid for me to go through school. I wouldn't say he's necessarily from like post that like got me jobs or anything, but that was a big part of it.
Oh, he begged. He called me and begged for weeks.
Don't give me
I
that.
mean, begged.
Don't give me
Please.
that. My resume was the best
He
you've
can't
ever
take
seen.
another no.
That being said,
He's tired of blooming onions. Please help my son.
My son's actions were inexcusable.
Yeah. It went something like that.
My son's actions were absolutely inexcusable.
That's the nicest I've ever actually dressed in the studio because I wore slacks and a white button down, and I have not dressed like that since.
No, you haven't.
Thank God.
No, you haven't.
Radio host, khaki shorts, polo, station polo. That is the extent of my wardrobe here at ESPN Arkansas.
But I mean, I'm not trying to clown around. I think that might be a reason he comes back, is so his son can maybe get a career established, because I don't think he'll make it without his dad's leverage to keep him on a roster. You don't agree with that?
No. You're just making me think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't do that to you often.
I don't agree, but we don't have time, and I'm just a pup. So
No, I want to hear why do you not agree?
Look, Bronny James is not anywhere near as good as his dad was or will ever be. LeBron is like one of the greatest of all time. Bronny's never going to be near that. But he's not going to stick around the league just so his son can make it. His son's set up for life. He's going to stick around because he wants to go out and win more championships than Jordan and put that debate to rest. It's not anywhere close yet.
So that debate's already been put to rest, but it's the other end of it.
So
because of what keeps
if
happening.
you put
with the
Bronny and LeBron together, would they be 90% of one Michael Jordan?
He played against plumbers, guys that look like you were guarding him, Tommy.
Well,
this isn't Bob.
I'm pretty quick afoot.
This isn't Bob Cousy. Are you making fun of Hornacek and Stockton?
Yes.
Hey, if you're craving something sweet and delicious, head over to Andy's Frozen Custards, Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Plus, they have locations in Conway, where there's two, one on East Oak, one on Dave Ward Drive, and then JFK Boulevard in North Little Rock as well. Satisfy that sweet tooth with their Pick 6, where you can mix and match 6 of your favorite flavors. Also, download the Andy's app from your app store and have that on your phone. They'll have it ready for you. Walk up or drive through, they're always ready to serve you at Andy's Frozen Custards, Fort Smith, Conway, and North Little Rock. All right, 95% of a Jordan, the two of them together.
I'll give you 97, so you
shut up. Could the two of them together beat Michael Jordan 2-on-1?
2-on-1.
I think Jordan could guard them both.
That's a great debate. Colton, your answer?
LeBron would back Jordan down and give him 50 anytime.
There we go. Halftime coming up next.
Largemouth bass will be spawning soon at ponds and lakes all over Arkansas and Oklahoma. One of the best lures to catch them on at this time is the famous Yum Dinger. We make them by the truckloads in Fort Smith in 3, 4, 5, and 6-inch sizes, and they are in tackle boxes of bass anglers all over the U.S. and all over the world. Wacky rigging the 5-inch model can't